This time, Yerushalmi Terumos. The article is about edition when Daf Samach Tes Amud Aleph, right at the second line. I'm Rabbi Elchan Safek Meduma, and in the Vilna it's on Daf Samach Tes about 18 lines down, 16 lines down. So I'm Rabbi Elchan Safek Meduma, and this first couple of lines of the Gemara is pretty tough. Couple of lines, and there's a significant change of Girsa in the Gra, which makes it a little bit easier. But it doesn't tell a significant change in Girsa. The Kavanaki has a slightly less change of Girsa, but also change of Girsa in order to try and explain it the way it works in a more smooth way, let us say. In the Gemara itself, it says, Rabbi Yochanan, Safek meduma pat minachal, Safek dimor necha mishum dema chai b'chala. So the Kis Vayad and the Rash Svilya and the Fusim all have the Girsa Safek meduma pat minachala, and the Rash Svilya explains there's a Safek which we decide to judge to define as meduma, which is the Safek of our Mishnah here, like Rabbi Yossi who patters it from Safek meduma in our Mishnah from Machala. But the Lashon is difficult because Mishnah talking about a Safek Truma, not a Safek Meduma, and he himself, Rash will suggest to say Safek Sh'anu Danir also Meduma, Safek which we define as Meduma. Then he brings Seches Chala. The sugya you have the same sugya, but the word Safek at the beginning words Rabbi Yochanan doesn't appear. According to this Girsa, Kavanaki says we don't have all the difficulties, and therefore the Kavanaki goes with taking out the word Safek here. It's interesting. Shabbat so does not have anything to say here. Like I said, the growth changes the Girsa significantly. But let's go with the Girsa of the Kavanaki. And now he explains it. So Rabbi Yochanan said, "Meduma pat minachala." Typically, of course, is that it's an explicit Mishnah. Meduma is pat minachala, but Rabbi Yochanan telling us what you don't know from that Mishnah in Chala. But evidently, he's coming to us according to this understanding the end of his statement. Safek dimua hanecha, but the Safek dimua hanecha, such as where you have a sort of truma fell into a container, so you don't know which container fell into, and we assume that it fell into a container which already had truma in it because it told him. And well, still chulin is still Safek meduma. Okay, we're meko, but still Safek meduma. So Safek dimua hanechal, Safek dimua, even though we eat it, right? We eat it as chulin, right? Well, actually, because we eat it as chulin, I should take that back. Safek dimua hanechal mishum dema chai b'chala. The it's chai b'chala, and in our Mishnah, it's in the right mayor example, Rabbi Yossi patted this from chala. So according to our Mishnah is different. Our Mishnah is Safek Truma. In other words, the Truma fell in, not Meduma fell in. Safek Meduma in what Kavanaki is saying is that our Mishnah said that's Safek Truma. Rabbi Yossi about Safek Timua. In other words, where Safek Truma, you definitely had Truma, right? You don't know where it fell. So you told that, okay, it fell into the Truma. The other one's Chulin. And that, Amir said the Chulin is Chayiv and Machala, and Yossi said it's part of Machala because the state of Meduma applies Kaviyachol to the entire thing. But if the initial batch which fell in was itself Meduma, and we don't know where it fell in, we'll also tell it. And we still fell into the place where there's Truma now. But in this case, even Rabbi Yossi is Mechayiv, the Safek Meduma, the other one, the container, which is Chulin, and Nechel is Zorim, obviously, so therefore it is Chayiv and Chala. So Safek Truma, we don't know where the Truma fell, where the toilet fell into the Truma, but we see partners the other container from Chala. Safek Meduma fell in, we don't know where it fell, where the toilet went into the Truma, the other container is Chayiv in Chala, even Rabbi Yossi. Okay, that seems to be the easy shot with changing the least in the sugya. Okay, now we come to the next part of the sugya where one person ate the first container, and another person ate the second container. So each one can assume a container I ate is chulin. I don't know the coin anything, right? It's okay level, right? Rabbi Yochanan said to Rabbi Yehuda, this going, well, actually, it's not going in this part. So the Mishnah is going on the next part of the Mishnah. Next, it says header here in the Kavnaki, I assume the article as well says, yeah. So chule, that which it says in at the end of Mishnah, nafla shili makam acher ein medam also. If the second one fell into another batch, that's Rabbi Yehuda, of two shtei shvila, and not Rabbi Yossi who argues on him. How so? The Rabbi Yehuda, the time we learned two by shtei shvila, right? Two people went in the two pathways. One was told, we don't know which one. If one goes one pathway, the other goes another pathway, each one can assume they're tahar. But if they come together, come together, they're tummy. Can't make it tied to the sasra. If they come one after another, which one we can say is Torah? It says Torah regardless, the tummy. Can't it's tied to the sasra. We cannot allow them to both be tar. Right? So our Mishnah is going to be Yehuda. So it says if they come so we say each one went in Shvil Tara. Here, each one ate the chulin. Okay. So now I'm going to ask Rabbi Yossi. What are you talking about? Right? If they came together, of course it's Torah. Why can't we say each one is Torah? Each one has a suffix to Meshus Rabbim, and he's Torah. So why would Rabbi Yossi argue? Suffix to Meshus Rabbim is a universal principle, isn't it? So Ella Kenukim. So what we talk about here, we talk about Bali Shalom Chaveru. One person came to ask about himself and his friend. Ask your question and go away. In other words, not don't ask about your friend. Okay, not ask about yourself first and then ask about him. That wouldn't work. It says you only ask one question. If a friend has a question, send them in separately. I don't think it disappears anywhere in the Bible. I don't remember anywhere in the Bible it disappears. Okay, so you go. You send your friend to ask the second question. Rabbi Yossi Amar, come on. He says, give me a break. It's as if they both asked. Because the first guy came to ask with the second guy, right? So therefore, you can't just say, oh, he will speak no evil, right? So the Hachinami, Lav Kamishin Yishalu Shtenka Achas. Well, here too, this is not as if they both came together, right? So because therefore our Mishnah is clearly has to go like Rabbi Yehuda, again, because according to Rabbi Yossi, it's as if they came to ask on as if they came to ask on both. And Kavanaki, one guy, as if they came to ask together. Sorry, Kavanaki explains why as if they came together because they had. You're not asking. I went in this field. The other went that field. Saying we had two coupons. What right? I ate one of them. Right. So in that case, he ask about both of them. So therefore, like Rabbi Yossi, he had to say it's medamea like the cotton shebishneim. So actually, there's like two shvilim where one guy comes to ask on both of them. He has to ask on both of them. At Zivi, asked on both of them. So therefore, it should have to be medamea kikana shebishneim. Okay, that is all. So the question then becomes, so yeah, okay. So I don't know if he adds. You kind of have to say this. Why does he have to ask him both of them? Two different people, right? So he says it's talking about the Mishnah talking about the two places that fell were of the same person. They both belong. In other words, both containers both the same person. So you can't since they both. It's not like two shvilim where they're two independent shvilim, and Rishus Rabbi that's among anybody, right? So actually, Rishus Rabbi with two is different. So take that back, scratch that from the record. But the point is that here, since they both belong to the same person, so therefore Rabbi Yossi holds it's as if you're always coming to ask on both of them. It's not, and it's like Rabbi, yeah, you say, who asked about this one? The other one's a question, let the other guy ask about it. You say, even our Mishnah. But when Rabbi Yossi can't do that because they both belong to the same person. It's a very important point. The Kavanok is making, you can never separate between the two of them. That's very nice. Okay. So then the Mishnah went back to talk about when he planted them. And when he put, one person planted one, and another person planted the other one. One person planted both of them. Okay, so the Gemara says, that says if you put one person planted both of them, and it's a davar shein zaro color, it has a bulb, that they're both usher. That's when there was a time when they were both in the ground together, so you can't be marked one over the other one. So therefore, they remain usher until you can demonstrate one of them is chulin. It's a very fascinating alumnus, and again, this is something which you won't find in the Bavli. That if you harvested the one and then planted the other, since they were in the ground at the same time, that becomes like two shvilim, and that is okay. Amazing. Okay. Said, "Batzol shel truma she'akro v'shaslo," an onion of truma which you uprooted and then planted. So the flav dafka means you made a truma because God can't make a truma once in the ground. So you made a truma after you uprooted, and then you planted it again. Became a chiba love a chadash mutter. Once there's more of the new growth, which means 100 corresponding to the amount of truma originally, it's mutter. Also, Rabbi said, "What do you mean?" About our Mishnah, but eshizar kol mutter. Only if there's no bulb is a mutter. Davashen karazar kol aser. Even there's 100. So Gemara says, "Dava." Well, actually, it's a continuation of the question. Davashen kol mutter, but Rebbe have a chadash. Davashen kol is mutter. Obviously, there's new growth. So that's the case. Similarly, if Davar ain't zaro kol, it's aser. Habi shibel of chadash. Even though there's new growth. Rabbi Zira is, and Rabbi Zira's question is in sync with Rabbi Zira's known opinion. An onion of kilei hakerem which you uprooted and then replanted. I feel as if kama asur, and how much it adds its asur. Shein gdule iser malin esa iser. The gdule iser, once it started up iser, and of course there's a bulb here, it's a blood salted onion. They're not malin iser, so it's like Kavanaki throws in that's like Hayotim Tome. I'm not sure if I have to come on to that, but the point is that it's Dover Shein Zarakola. It's no good. Now the thing is interesting because the Rambam doesn't pass this way. The Rambam paskins that way by Kilayim, but not by Chumas. Rambam paskins by Kilayim. What's the shnata b'kerem? The achar nekar kerem. Achar tzamchu b'tzalim mina ikar natua. Apish Rabba Gidulim al Ikar Masaim Hare Osa Ikar Bisura. Shane Gidul Hetem Mali Masa Ikar also. Okay, so that's like Rabbi Zira by Karen. By Chuma, Chuma's Perak Yav Beis, he says, Gidule Chulun Davar. I feel Davar Shain Zarakola. He was saying Davar Kola, in Rabba Gidul Ikar Bidul Gidulin, Hare Hagidulin Ashtim Mali Masa Ikar Af Alpi Shein Zarakola via Komut Zorim. So he says it's mutter. But the thing is that's different. That's gidule. So practice gidulim is different than gidulim. Our mission is talking about gidulim, one gidul, right? The gidulim, that's a different halacha. Okay, so the halacha in kilayim is one gidulim. Halacha in trumas is two gidulim. And that brings us to the end of the parak, and that brings us also to the end of Samech Tes. And that brings us to the end of today's Yerushalmi.